can't a fellow drink in peace? Griswold? Good old Griswold. I love him like a brother. We fought together, you know, back when we... Lazarus! Griswold? Good old...
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. Griswold, a man of great action and great courage. I bet he never told you about the time he went into the labyrinth to save Wirt, did he? He knows his fair share of the dangers to be found there. But then again, so do you. He is a skilled craftsman, and if he claims to be able to help you in any way, you can count on his honesty and his skill.
Well, what can I do for you? That lad is gonna get himself into serious trouble. Or I guess I should say, again. I've tried to interest him in working here and learning an honest trade, but he prefers the high profits of dealing in goods of dubious origin. I can't hold that against him after what happened to him, but I do wish he would at least be careful.
Thank goodness you returned. Much has changed since you lived here, my friend. All was peaceful until the Dark Riders came and destroyed our village. Many were cut down where they stood, and those who took up arms were slain or dragged away to become slaves, or worse. The church at the edge of town has been desecrated and is being used for dark rituals. The screams that echo in the night are inhuman, but some of our townsfolk may yet survive. Follow the path that lies between my tavern and the blacksmith's shop to find the church and save who you can. Perhaps I can tell you more if we speak again. Good luck.
Good day. How may I serve you? Pepin saved my grandmother's life, and I know that I can never repay him for that. His ability to heal any sickness is more powerful than the mightiest sword and more mysterious than any spell you can name. If you ever are in need of healing, Pepin can help you.
What ails you, my friend? While I use some limited forms of magic to create the potions and elixirs I store here, Adria is a true sorceress. She never seems to sleep, and she always has access to many mystic tomes and artifacts. I believe her hut may be much more than the hovel it appears to be, but I can never seem to get inside the place.
The sanctity of this place has been fouled. I gotta pawn some of this stuff. I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Whoa, what can I do for you? Well, what can I do for you?
What ails you, my friend?
I can't use this yet.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. I know of many myths and legends that may contain answers to questions that may arise in your journeys into the labyrinth. If you come across challenges and questions,
I gotta pawn some of this stuff. I gotta pawn some of this stuff. I gotta pawn some of this stuff. Too much baggage. I gotta pawn some of this stuff. too much baggage. I can't carry anymore.
Well, what can I do for you? Well, what can I do for you? A good man who puts the needs of others above his own. You won't find anyone left in Tristram, or anyone else for that matter, who has a bad thing to say about the healer.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen. Ah, Pepin. I count him as a true friend. Perhaps the closest I have here. He is a bit addled at times, but never a more caring or considerate soul has existed. His knowledge and skills are equaled by few, and his door is always open.
What ails you, my friend? Griswold knows as much about the art of war as I do about the art of healing. He is a shrewd merchant, but his work is second to none. Oh, I suppose that may be because he's the only blacksmith left here.
Can't a fellow drink in peace? No one ever listens to me. Somewhere, I ain't too sure, but somewhere out of the church, a whole pile of gold, gleaming, shining, just waiting for someone to get it.
Good day. How may I serve you? Cain has been the storyteller of Tristram for as long as I can remember. He knows so much and can tell you just about anything, about almost everything.
Over here! Adria truly bothers me. Sure, Cain is creepy in what he can tell you about the past, but that witch can see into your past. She always has some way to get whatever she needs, too. Adria gets her hands on more merchandise than I've seen pass through the gates of the King's Bazaar during High Festival. Over here! Psst! Over here!
I sense a soul in search of answers. Earth and walls and thatched canopy do not a home create. The innkeeper Ogden serves more of a purpose in this town than many understand. He provides shelter for Jillian and her matriarch, maintains what life Farnham has left to him, and provides an anchor for all who are left in the town to what Tristram once was. His tavern and the simple pleasures that can still be found there provide a glimpse of a life that the people here remember. It is that memory that continues to feed their hopes for your success.
I gotta pawn some of this stuff. I gotta pawn some of this stuff. I gotta pawn some of this stuff.
Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Whoa, what can I do for you? Whoa, what can I do for you?
What ails you, my friend? What ails you, my friend? Even my skills have been unable to fully heal Farnham. Oh, I have been able to mend his body, but his mind and spirit are beyond anything I can do.
Hello, my friend. Ogden has owned and run the Rising Sun Inn and Tavern for almost 4 years now. He purchased it just a few short months before everything here went to hell. He and his wife, Garda, do not have the money to leave as they invested all they had in making a life for themselves here. He is a good man with a deep sense of responsibility.
Well, what can I do for you? Look at that edge, that balance. A sword in the right hands, and against the right foe is the master of all weapons. Its keen blade finds little to hack or pierce on the undead, but against a living, breathing enemy, a sword will bitter slice their flesh.
Can't a fellow drink in peace? Griswold? Good old Griswold. I love him like a brother. We've fought together, you know, back when we... Lazarus!
The village needs your help, good master. Some months ago, King Leoric's son, Prince Albert, was kidnapped. The king went into a rage and scoured the village for his missing child. With each passing day, Leoric seemed to slip deeper into madness. He sought to blame innocent townsfolk for the boy's disappearance and had them brutally executed. Less than half of us survived his insanity. The king's knights and priests tried to placate him, but he turned against them and, sadly, they were forced to kill him. With his dying breath, the king called down a terrible curse upon his former followers. He vowed that they would serve him in darkness forever. This is where things take an even darker twist than I thought possible. Our former king has risen from his eternal sleep and now commands a legion of undead minions within the labyrinth. His body was buried in a tomb 3 levels beneath the cathedral. Please, good master, put his soul at ease by destroying his now cursed form. Master, I have a strange experience to relate. I know that you have a great knowledge of those monstrosities that inhabit the labyrinth, and this is something that I cannot understand for the very life of me. I was awakened during the night by a scraping sound just outside of my tavern. When I looked out from my bedroom, I saw the shapes of small, demon-like creatures in the inn yard. After a short time they ran off, but not before stealing the sign to my inn. I don't know why the demons would steal my sign, but leave my family in peace. 'Tis strange, no? Greetings, good master. Welcome to the Tavern of the Rising Sun. Wirt is a rapscallion and a little scoundrel. He was always getting into trouble, and it's no surprise what happened to him. He probably went fooling about someplace that he shouldn't have been. I feel sorry for the boy, but I don't abide the company that he keeps. As I told you, good master, the king was entombed 3 levels below. He's down there, waiting in the putrid darkness for his chance to destroy this land.
Good day. How may I serve you? My grandmother had a dream that you would come and talk to me. She has visions, you know, and can see into the future. Oh my, is that where the sign went? My grandmother and I must have slept right through the whole thing. Thank the light that those monsters didn't attack the inn. I don't like to think about how the king died. I like to remember him for the kind and just ruler that he was. His death was so sad and seemed very wrong somehow.
What ails you, my friend? Even my skills have been unable to fully heal Farnham. Oh, I have been able to mend his body. My goodness, demons running about the village at night, pillaging our homes. Is nothing sacred? I hope that Ogden and Garda are all right. I suppose that they would come to see me if they were hurt. The loss of his son was too much for King Leoric. I did what I could to ease his madness, but in the end, it overcame him. A black curse has hung over this kingdom from that day forward. But perhaps, if you were to free his spirit from his earthly prison, the curse would be lifted.
Hello, my friend. Ogden has owned and run the rise. I see that this strange behavior puzzles you as well. I would surmise that since many demons fear the light of the sun and believe that it holds great power, it may be that the rising sun depicted on the sign you speak of has led them to believe that it too holds some arcane powers. Perhaps they are not all as smart as we had feared. The story of our king, is it? The tragic fall of Leoric was a harsh blow to this land. The people always loved the king, and now they live in mortal fear of him. The question that I keep asking myself is how he could have fallen so far from the light, as Leoric had always been the holiest of men. Only the vilest powers of hell could so utterly destroy a man from within.
Well, what can I do for you? Look at that edge, that balance, that sword in the right hands. Demons stole Ogden's sign, you say? That doesn't sound much like the atrocities I've heard of or seen. Demons are concerned with ripping out your heart, not your signpost. I made many of the weapons and most of the armour that King Leoric used to outfit his knights. I even crafted a huge two-handed sword of the finest mithril for him, as well as a field crown to match. I still can't believe how he died, but it must have been some sinister force that drove him insane.
Kind of fellow drinking peace, Griswold? Good old Griswold. You know what I think? Somebody took that sign. They're gonna want lots of money for it. If I was Ogden, well, I'm not, but if I was, I'd just buy a new sign with some pretty drawing on it. Maybe a nice mug of ale, or a piece of cheese. I don't care about that. Listen. No skeleton is gonna be my king. Leoric is king. King! So you hear me? Hail to the king!
Over here. I guess I owe the blacksmith my life, what there is of it. Sure, Griswold offered me an apprenticeship at the smithy, and he's a nice enough guy, but I'll never get enough money to... Well, let's just say that I have definite plans that require a large amount of gold. What? Is he saying I took that? I suppose that Griswold is on his side too. Look, I got over simple sign stealing months ago. You can't turn a profit on a piece of wood. Look, I am running a business here. I don't sell information, and I don't care about some king that's been dead longer than I've been alive. If you need something to use against this king of the undead, then I can help you out.
I sense a soul in search of answers. Corruption has the strength of deceit, but innocence holds the power of purity. The young woman Jillian has a pure heart, placing the needs of her matriarch over her own. She fears me, but it is only because she does not understand me. No mortal can truly understand the mind of the demon. Never let their erratic actions confuse you, as that too may be their plan. The dead who walk among the living follow the cursed king. He holds the power to raise yet more warriors for an ever-growing army of the undead. If you do not stop his reign, he will surely march across this land and slay all who still live here.